going to end the cycle. Yeah. Hopefully when I get into this next cycle, I can finish searching. Ooh, 2 6s? That's gonna be real nice for me later. I can secure. We go for. We're gonna be here. Abandoned housing unit. Hey. Oh, gather materials. Oh, input scrap components. Got it. Okay, and what about Minji Express? Do that. Nice! 8 cryo and 3 energy. So, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. So I have 2 left there immediately. Whoop. This is it. Bing. Got it. Leave. Oh, Astor. You cross between 2 walls of units. One of the cavernous streets at the corner of the low end. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of tavla, the shouts of children, and the whir of air filters. Sleeper. You turn to see a man sitting at a tavla table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table. Sit. Sit. You sit at the metal stool and he starts setting out a board with counters, or at least the filter caps low-enders typically use in their place. Castor, he says, by way of introduction, looking over his glasses. Night or day? He asks, gesturing to the caps, crudely sprayed white and black. Day. He rotates the bores so the white caps are in front of you. Let's begin. You take a plastic die, each pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Castor rolls a 6, you roll a 4. I lead. He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hands as caps spread along the board. As it does, Castor speaks, eyes not leaving the caps. It is unusual to see a sleeper on the eye. That's why I wanted to play you. You take your turn rolling a 5 and 6. After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean. As Castor talks, you target his counters, halting his progress, but exposing your caps as you do. I don't mean to offend you, Castor meets your eye. I merely see that you are, by definition, different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? He stacks a wall of counters, a boundary you must break. He hands you the dice. Do you ever think about this, sleeper? About what you were before you are now? Always, man. You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. Castor whistles. The holding game. Commendable. It can be brave to build from what came before. He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move. But we cannot idle too long, sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It is a living, breathing person. He looks up from his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. You split from them, like a shadow splitting from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will wake and carry on with their lives unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be. He hands you the dice, smiling. You are a branch severed from a trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under Castor's before he solidifies control of the game. So what I am curious about is how you see yourself in all of this. Castor asked. What does this tangle of truths make you? Tangle of truths. Driven. Castor laughs. That much is obvious, Sleeper. I can see it in your eyes. You are eager to make all this count for something. Castor looks away, through the glass, to the crowded units on the sides. And towards what? Starts removing caps, his home board now full. Is there an end here, or just endurance? You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Castor clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. You roll to return a cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. Castor clasps his hands apologetically. You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. He smiles warmly. We have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. His eyes glint with the last word. To our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won. I'll see. Please, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here. And, if I am able, feed my curiosities. The game over, you notice the bustle of the walkway. Once more, the call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments, reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave, Castor nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you are sure was there. Castor's table. Oh. Oh. I knew it. Well, at least I didn't get rid of all of it. Okay, any scrap? Oh, he's Hellion Crossing. He's not going to be back. You're not back for 2 more cycles. I don't want to waste it. What about the bar? I wonder what the overlooked 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 total. Huh. I'm not really a great engineer. Got plenty of energy. Inboard tea house. 24 cryo. Okay. I have 24 cryo opportunity right there. Not this one. Scrap components. This is the one that I'm doing. Oops. Give me that sweet, sweet scrap. So sad. Give me that sweet, sweet scrap. Thank you. We're gonna do all 3 of them. Come on, baby. Come on. Nice. Okay. Okay. And the cycle. Six, 1, 3, and 2. Okay. Still have 1 more cycle there. 2 more cycles there. Go here. I could really use the scrap components. Yes. 2. 3. As you say your goodbye to the other enforcers and walk back through the low end, a chirruping catches your attention. In a quiet corridor, away from the main thoroughfare, someone has stuck a small recorder to the wall with a suit sealant tape. Written across the fluorescent tape is one word: sleeper. You peel it away from the wall, and as you do, it triggers some kind of improvised trip switch. Sleeper. Sabine's voice crackles through. I have seen you with Yatagan members. Are they holding you captive now, too? A high whine. I'm sorry if I've dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening within the gang. Some kind of power struggle. You cover the speaker a little. Their voice too loud in the quiet corridor. I will come soon. Thanks to your efforts, I've located most of their properties. At the right time. I will see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. The recording cuts out. You stare at the recorder, processing what you've just heard. Hearing Sabine's voice again opens up something inside of you. An S&ARP employee. Do they know? Do they know that I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and distrust. You throw the recorder into a nearby waste chute as you leave the corridor, still unsure who to trust, and head quietly out at the low end. Okay. Well, I have my scrap components, so I'm gonna go build a house in the low end. Excuse me. And bing. Okay, and now I need one more scrap. And where am I gonna get that last scrap? No, not there. Not there either. I gotta wait till he shows back up, which is a problem because I don't have any other way to get scrap at all. Ugh. Okay. That's rough. I'll try this one. Just give me something good, please. Oh. That's nice. I needed that. Okay, with this one, Yatagan network. Boom. Okay. Oh. I didn't even realize that that would fill up every time I would. You'd think I have eyes, and then I say something like that. End cycle. Let's see what we got coming up. Two sixes. Dude. Okay. Jeez, man, calm down. Okay. This. Give me the scrap components. I need them. Oh, +1 energy. Let's go. All right. Now I can build the house that I want. Makeshift apartment. Okay. We could try that. Come on. Oh. Nice. On. Let's go. Make this one a perfect. Yeah. The next one I'll have an actual apartment. You know what, let's go have a bite to eat here. Get some of my energy back. Perfect. And we're gonna end this cycle. Oh my goodness. Buy some scrap. Oh, that was worth it. Okay. Yep, don't bother me. I bought all the scrap, so I've got a ship mine fragment. Cost me 20. Now, I just don't know how much that's gonna cost. Let's see. Okay, that's not terrible. Okay, so it gives me 30. I only spent 20 on it, so it's a net gain of 10. Not really the greatest thing in the world, but it works. So, I'm gonna end this cycle. Man, 2 6s again. The game is hooking me up. Oh, you miss me? Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you. No. You look at him. He's paler than usual. Hunched. He is sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to treat an old friend. Friend? Well, he pauses. Colleague? He smiles weakly. This is big, really big stuff. About you. He seems more jittery than usual, on edge. You remember now how Essenharp canceled the contract on you? The contract I was going to collect? I remember. Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed? Me? I lost everything. Let's not worry about that. He smiled sarcastically. And so, what did you think? That was it? That was it? I was just glad to be done with you. Oh, the feeling was mutual, except... Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old Essenharp gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly. He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. Oh. Ethan grins. That's the question, isn't it? Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues about what went down. Turns out Essenharp canceled all their bounty contracts. The whole lot. It seems they've brought someone in-house, some guy who did so well on their last contract that they got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently, he made a hit on this ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. It was smuggling sleepers out from under Essenharp's corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew up the ship. Ethan whistles. They called him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget. You mean Winter Light? That's it. He looks at you hard. So, you do know about all this. He pats you on the shoulder. Then you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you're in need of protection. I'm not paying you anything. Easy, I'll get to that. He looks down the corridor. I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. Turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there, the owners, and they say they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Seems they are that kind of businessman. He grimaces. I would pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. Then work it off. You should be glad, anger rising in him. Now that I came here and told you this, you think anyone else is out looking for you? You're a contract, a name on a list. Kicks a wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry. Sorry for being a shit. I'm trying to kill you. And whacking that thick skull of yours. Size. Think I want to go up against this guy? But us? He jabs a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. You keep me from getting killed and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. Fine, you know what? Ethan smiles. He looks like shit. He looks like shit warmed up. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about the cold-eyed SNARP shit. The cold-eyed SNARP shit on his way here in the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. Okay, now I'm working with the guy who was trying to kill me. Don't know why that's a thing, but it is. Cancel the contract on me. Go back to the bar. What do we got here? Overlook Distillery. No, that's gonna get ready to leave here soon. House. Come on, baby. Give me some good. Nope. Done with that. Bing. Thank you. And let's run the risk. 50-50. Let's go. Didn't really want to waste a 6 on it, you know. Upgrade point. Let's go. Okay, and over here, got this interface. Could get myself a +2 for interface. You know what? Oh. Keep 2 dice, even when condition is breaking. Okay. Discounted by 20%, so 1/5. See, one fifth of 80. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of math right now. What, 15? That's close. 30, 60, 75. So it's almost. It's like 16, 17-ish. Aggressive haggler, obsessive haggler. My bad. Ooh. That is what I'm getting next. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. Okay, leads me to the next piece. I have this so I can fix myself later. Have scrap components. My house. Oh my goodness. I actually have like a house. Maywick. Oh. Finds that a stray animal's been nosing around near a unit, and a handful of chits and some crackers should bring it out of hiding. Sure, why not? I'll feed a stray. Hey, stray fed. Got it. The stray hops up onto the work surface and looks out of the unit's small window. Look at you! I had a cat that looked like you once. It doesn't acknowledge your presence. It just sits there beside the tray, crumbled crackers, staring out at the low end. Yeah, that kind of sounds like Toothless. What is the cat's story? Are there more on the station? You haven't seen another in the low end, but in this vast megastructure, that means little. There could be a whole colony of cats down there in the Warrens. You look at the sleek dark fur and sharp eyes. It doesn't look ragged. Looks at home. In fact, its presence in the unit makes you wonder if this is a stray's apartment which you are squatting in. Approach the stray. You lean a little forward and the stray tenses up, perhaps. Just give it a moment to get used to you. The stray settles a little and starts eating, picking at broken crackers. You don't remember ever having been this close to an animal triggers something in you. A recognition of a life. Totally unlike your own, but still somehow connected, parallel, even interwoven. The stray licks crumbs from its fur. You sense the stray doesn't like to talk. The stray prefers just to be. You think just to share a space and a moment with those it meets. You respect this. In a way, you feel the same. Being here, together, is enough. You turn your eyes to the window, the one that the stray looks out of, and you both watch the stars. Stars, oh my gosh. Can I read? And you both watch the stars and the ships together. You feel something pass between you and the stray, a kind of acknowledgement of each other. A sense that each of you might share something with the other. A point of connection. Then all at once, the stray yawns wide, hops down from the unit, and brushes along your legs. And then it is gone. Out through the unit door and back into the corridors at the low end. Okay. Oh, is my home not... I still have a home there in the empty container. But now I have a home here in the repaired unit. Okay. Okay, I can probably get more scrap there. I can also... No, I can just... No, that's fine. Interface, 16 cryo. Stealing shipments from Elaine is going to be... Systems can't be fooled for long. I've stolen my fair share from these guys. Oh, wow. Good grief. I forgot that all these different things are super expensive. This is... Oh, it's only 100. That's not too bad, honestly. I can go play the stock market, or I could just get an extra 24 right here. Well, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna get more scrap components. Is it intuition or engage that gives me any bonuses? Intuition? No. Engage? Chance to gain energy after any engage action. I could gain energy from an engage action. Let's plop that in there. Let's see if we can get an energy from it. Yes! That worked. Nice. Okay. So I have the 3 right there. And from what I'm seeing, besides this all the way over here, which I should probably focus on, although, now that I'm thinking about it, that one guy's still tracking me. I don't know if he's going to be a huge issue later on, which kind of sucks. Okay, let's end this cycle. Ooh, feed the stray. I feed the stray again. Oh, I could just keep feeding the stray. That's funny. I'm gonna feed him every cycle. Immediately. Feed my stray. Okay, 1115. Are you kidding me right now? All right, and boom, scrap components. We're on a 50-50 chance. Get me some energy, boys. Not bad. See if you can get me some more energy. But I still got the Yatagan Insider. And that is what I needed. This time you meet inside Rabia's office, although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. Find her stood an almost bare, shadowy unit midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner. It seems that most of the space is taken up by heavy punching bags, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. When Rabia turns to greet you, you realize she's missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running into it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself with, of course. Sit. She's gesturing to the 2 diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rabia crossing her legs on top and sitting straight back. Gia told me you have been doing the rounds, collecting tithes, patrolling the ward. She smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. Wanted to help. And you did. She closes her eyes for a moment. I hope you can see how things work here now. A strong Yatagan means a strong low end. Both are woven into each other. I know that for you, life on the Eye has been a struggle, but I hope that we can do something about that from here onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you too are a refugee. He looks at you solemnly. That is why you've come to us. Enough, Rabia. Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I'm tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rabia's baton in their hand, the end lit with sparking electricity. Rabia looks between the 2 of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between the 2 of you? She looks strangely unfazed. Oh, stay silent. Sabine pauses, thrown off by your silence. Rabia takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, fainting past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inwards. She is by far the stronger, and she pushes Sabine to their knees, plunging and crackling the end baton towards their chest. They freeze there, Sabine struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. Stop. Then you support them? Rabia asks you with her eyes. Your loyalties are so easily swayed. I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabia. Sabine spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabia holds the baton strong. For a moment you think she's about to hammer it down in Sabine's chest. But after a painful wait, she throws Sabine down instead. Then spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch, shutting it off in a single move. Now what? They both look at you, each still catching their breath as if they had forgotten about your presence. Rabia cracks her neck. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right, she shouts. The anger. A release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts himself a little, bruised from the fall. They roll onto their side and cough. Rabia gives them some space. Sitting back on the stool, Sabine props himself up on their elbows and fixes Rabia with a hard stare. You have something to say? Rabia taunts. Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, she laughs, no coming back. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yatagan project. Rabia collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, then decide another approach. Eventually they say it. Yannick is a traitor. A weird way to put the theirs in there. Bean takes a breath, organizing, can't just say his or her thoughts. Rabia immediately flinches, her eyes going through the prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching. She rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. When I came here, the SN ARP When I came here from the SNR, they glanced at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was the one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know I should have told you. I worked for SNR long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you're my final friend. What you should know is that I left SNR because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on to the press. SNR wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? She interrupts. The Sleeper knows you are SNR. I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you and look away in shame. They lift their head. But it is Yannick, not me, who's in the pocket of SNR. Arabia flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in the debt, to lock me away in exchange. Arabia slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake, in exchange for those. Sabine finishes, nodding towards Arabia's prosthetic arm in the cradle. He had been using Yatagan enforcers, using you as test subjects for SNR technology. I had the data to prove it. He's been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Arabia's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Arabia. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. Tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Arabia closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she opens them again. He holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me. Later, much later when you leave, Sabine is still taking Arabia through the manifests and the usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminals. Sabine leads Arabia through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye. Something passes between you. Something like a thank you, or a sorry, or some other expression that communicate both sadness and hope. Upgrade point. Boom. 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 Why can't I? Oh, I need 3, or I need 2 to do this. That's unfortunate. Okay, they're going through that now. And I have 1 left. Okay, let's take a look. Kind of hardens network. That means I gotta go do toggle tracking. Oh, I forgot that this was the thing right here. Bangs targets. Engage. Yeah, let's try it. Come on, baby. -1 energy, +4 cryo. We're gonna go here. No, we're not. Good old mushroom shop, baby. Fungus fan, go here. I'm gonna make sure that I'm still golden for later. We're gonna make sure we feed the stray one more time before. And end my cycle. Boom. Oh. We're gonna feed the stray. Okay. A 1, a 3, a 3, a 5, and a 6. That's not too bad.
I'm psychotic. I'm psychotic. I mean narcotic.
Cause I'm
biotic. Barely even human. My body